Shalawam. Start this video by giving all praises to YahawahBashhemYahawashi. All praises due. Today's video, just wanted to do a reading on Hebrews chapter 11. I think it'll be very edifying, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. By it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the words were framed by the word of the powers, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the powers had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased Yahweh. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the powers must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Yeah, that's one verse that I've really been, trying to ingrain in my head. Let's read that again, Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the powers must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Probably made a video on faith already, but the Spirit actually led me to this passage on Hebrews chapter 11 being all about faith. And it's just very important that we continue in this faith while being in this truth. But let's keep reading. Hebrews 11:7. By faith Noah, being warned of powers of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. By faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with them of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahweh. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and in him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that seek a country. Verse 15. And truly if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly. Wherefore the powers is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared for them a city. Verse 17. By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. He that received the promises offered up his only begotten son. Verse 18. Of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that the powers was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. Verse 21. By faith Jacob, when he was a dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Verse 26, esteeming the reproach of a Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Verse 27, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Verse 28, through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, essaying to do, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. Verse 32, and what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, I can't say that, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. Verse 34, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Verse 35, women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. 37, they were stoned, they were sawn asunder, attempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and in caves of the earth. Verse 39, and these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise. Yahweh having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Right, that was the entire passage of Hebrews chapter 11, going through verse 20, almost pretty much through verse 31. I mean, you can see all the accounts of faith that each and every person who is written in this glorious book of life, of how, you know, when they were tried, they were able to go through what they were able to go through faith, you know. And it's the most important thing that we have to have as followers of YahawahBashhemYahawashi. We must have faith in him continuously, no matter what we're going through, no matter how bad things seem. Of all these accounts, each and every single person that was mentioned, you know, Sarah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all these people that were mentioned in this passage, through faith, they were able to get through the struggle. Moses being a prominent mention through being under Pharaoh, and, you know, how he was, you know, kind of tempted because, you know, Pharaoh was going to make him or set him on in a high position in Egypt, but through faith he, you know, he suffered the affliction and, you know, with his people, and knew that he saw the I can't even say various he just saw the light at the end of the tunnel of, you know, having faith in YahawahBashhemYahawashi no matter what, and not, you know, confounding himself to that. So I just thought you can read this passage yourself, but I thought that I would just read it to you guys. You know, it's pretty edifying. Sorry for the hood, Salakia for the hood, but it's pretty cold in here. It's pretty cold where I'm at. So yeah, just a very edifying passage, and it just goes through all the accounts of pretty much faith that you know, each and every person written in this book has had in YahawahBashhemYahawashi. So it's what we got to continue in and continue to abide in this word of truth and spirit and truth each and every day, pursuing John the 4th chapter and verse 24, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I want to end this video by giving all praises to YahawahBashhemYahawashi. All praises due, and hope this edified you, and I'll see you on the next one. Shalawam.